let us know who you represent, if anyone, and go ahead with your testimony.
Okay, my name is Paul Boden, and I'm the director of the Western Regional Advocacy Project, which is a collection of organizations in Washington, Oregon, California, and Colorado that are working on the same legislation and the same issue to stop the criminalization of homeless people, mentally ill people, day laborers, this SRO residents, public housing residents that are hanging out in front of where they used to live, that are being harassed by business improvement districts, that are being told to move along, or being arrested by police for loitering or for blocking the sidewalk. And the reason that we feel this is so important, and to highlight to you that this isn't just about homeless people. Today, the broken windows theory and the broken windows policing that we have seen kill people across the country for selling a loose cigarette or for hanging out on the wrong street corner. This stuff has an impact. These interactions between the police, between private security, and people that they happen to deem as not something they want to see. We did extensive research. Most of these laws that we're experiencing today, where homeless people are a major target, were passed since the mid-1980s and the early part of the 1990s. What happened right before that was $54 billion a year in federal affordable housing cuts that created opening shelters again in 1983 and 1984. So we see a direct cause and effect between people that were living in maybe sometimes substandard, but certainly affordable housing, being put out into the streets in our community, and then local governments passing ordinances and enforcing legislation that's created primarily through the business community in order to make those people disappear. That's exactly how anti-opioid laws went down, how sundown towns went down, how Jim Crow laws went down. This is a compelling state interest for the state of Colorado to join with the state of California and the state of Oregon, both of whom are also hearing the same legislation as we speak today, and say, this is a compelling state interest. We don't want to relive ugly laws. And I don't even know how many of you know what those were, but those were laws that were passed specifically to prevent disabled people from panhandling in local communities. We don't want to create Jim Crow. We don't want to recreate sundown towns. And if people can't sit, stand still, lay down, sleep, and eat, it's a sundown town. Because the only thing left for you to do legally is walk. And when you say that a member of your community, as soon as you stop walking, my police department has the authority to jack you up, to run warrant checks on you, and to arrest you. We weren't the first targets. We're not going to be the last targets. It's a trend that needs to stop.
We argue for trespassing.
I didn't go.
You've gone a little past your time.
Oh, I thought, okay.
A minute.
I will stop
that. I want to be fair and let everyone.
I will stop that. I'm sorry.
And thank you so much for coming today.
Just a note for the video, there's been changes in the legislative procedure. Everyone who's speaking is told that there was 3 minutes to speak. They've been allowed for 2. The hearing was delayed. Something was put in front of it, so it can't finish today. Somebody's doing some legislative maneuvering that they think is going to advantage them.